The story begins at a snowy Christmas tree farm where a mysterious man known only as the Traveler meets with a Russian crime boss named Oleg. But this isn't a holiday gathering, it's an execution. After handing over a poisoned envelope of cash, Oleg collapses, coughing blood. Moments later, the Traveler shoots his nephew dead and burns the entire place down. Elsewhere, TSA agent Ethan Kopek is waking up with his pregnant girlfriend Nora. They're on their way to work at LAX. Nora urges Ethan to reapply to the police academy. He once dreamed of becoming a cop, but Ethan has doubts. He already failed once. Ethan arrives late to work and begs his boss, Sarkowski, for a promotion. The boss isn't convinced, but reluctantly sends Ethan to the baggage scanners anyway. It's supposed to be a routine shift until Ethan becomes the target of a deadly plan. The Traveler is stalking the airport with his team. His original plan was to use Ethan's friend Jason, but since Ethan's on the scanner now, he becomes the new target. The Traveler's associate, the Watcher, sets up surveillance in a van and even kidnaps a man named Jesse to use his leverage. Ethan is handed an earbud by a mysterious woman. A voice comes through. It's the Traveler. He knows who Ethan is, where Nora is, and what he needs him to do. Allow a specific carry-on bag to pass without inspection, or Nora dies. At first, Ethan thinks it's a prank, but when he tries to call 911, the caller threatens Nora's life. Forced to comply, Ethan locks up his phone and plays along, now trapped in a nightmare with no escape. Meanwhile, Detective Elena Cole investigates the Russian murders. She discovers a bug inside a shattered watch, which may lead her to the killer. As she digs deeper, she uncovers a code that leads to something terrifying. Novichok, a deadly nerve agent. Back at the airport, Ethan tries to send a secret message to his coworker using invisible ink, but the Traveler sees it. Moments later, Lionel, the coworker, drops dead from a heart attack after being jabbed by the Traveler himself. Ethan is shaken. One wrong move, and people die. The Traveler meets Ethan face to face. He blames him for Lionel's death and makes it clear Jason was the original target, and if Ethan doesn't follow instructions, his own loved ones will pay. Ethan tries to sabotage Jason by planting alcohol at his station. With Jason removed, Ethan is sent back to the scanners, just in time for the Traveler's courier Mateo to arrive with the deadly package. Ethan scans the bag and recognizes the Novichok, but he lets it pass. He runs to the bathroom and vomits. The Traveler finds him, confirms the bomb will go on a plane with 250 people, and promises Ethan and Nora will live if he stays silent. Meanwhile, Elena alerts Homeland Security, but the agent who arrives isn't who he says he is. He's actually part of the plan. As Ethan tries to sneak Mateo into a random search, the Watcher aims a sniper rifle at Nora, and Ethan is forced to back down. The Traveler attacks Ethan in a bathroom and arms the bomb. 10 minutes until detonation. Ethan tries to stop it but fails. When Sarkowski confronts Mateo, the Traveler orders Ethan to kill him. Ethan refuses, so Mateo does it instead, stabbing Sarkowski in the neck. Ethan fights Mateo in a brutal battle. The gun explodes in Mateo's hand, mortally wounding him. Before he dies, he tells Ethan the truth. He did all this because the Traveler had his husband Jesse held hostage. Elena discovers her DHS partner is a fraud and kills him. Jesse escapes and saves Nora from the Watcher just in time, shooting him dead after a brutal chase and attack. The pieces begin to come together. The Traveler's real plan wasn't terrorism. It was political manipulation. He wanted the Russians blamed for a fake attack so a bill would pass, funding private military contracts. The nerve agent was never meant to be traced back to him. Ethan boards the plane midair to disarm the bomb once more. But this time, the Traveler is also on board. They fight in the cargo hold until Ethan traps him inside a vacuum-sealed fridge with a canister of nerve gas. The Traveler dies in agony. The plane returns safely. Elena clears Ethan of charges. Nora is safe. The nightmare is over. Sometime later, Ethan and Nora have their baby and are finally heading to Tahiti with friends. He even defends a coworker from a rude passenger and tosses his police badge in the scanner, leaving that dream behind.